Thank everybody that is on the chat, on the YouTube channel. I will invite everybody to write from where are you watching this. So what country are you seeing this? What is your company? And what is your job? We will also today talk about the finder's opportunity of cooperation with O-Pitblast also. And we have some news also. And we have some gifts to share also with you guys. We will invite you to subscribe on the channel. And let's see who is here. Good afternoon, Ramesh. Good afternoon, Tiago Ramos. To all my colleagues from O-Pitblast, good afternoon as well. Jeff Fenwick, hello, welcome. Welcome, Romulo Mucho. Forrest, welcome also. Tommy, I can see that a lot of people is here now. Let's just wait 3 more minutes and we will start. Today the course will be presented by Raquel Sobral. And it's about other than the software, it's about the app and the analytics. So that's something that might interest you guys. I will invite everybody that during this webinar you can write your questions in the chat, and someone from our team will answer those questions. And also, if some question we decide to present it, we will discuss that. We will reply to that question on this webinar as well. If you want to contact us, you know our emails. It's info@o-pitblast.com. And I hope that you like this next webinar that we will be presenting, that Raquel Sobral is presenting. Just some words in Portuguese. Olá a todos, boa tarde, especialmente a quem também nos vê do Brasil. Quem se inscreveu para o IMXP 2020, o Interconnected Mining Experience, teve a oportunidade de ver ontem a apresentação do Thales Xavier e da Raquel Sobral sobre o nosso produto O-Pitdev. Então, agradeço às pessoas que se juntaram também a esse evento. O nosso webinar será em inglês e irá começar em 1 minuto. Obrigado. So, in 1 minute we will start this webinar, and it's going to be something different. Today I have with me Raquel Sobral that will be presenting another topic on some parts of our package. Okay, let's start with the webinar. Welcome everybody to this event. I want to thank also to all the companies that are helping us doing this. Forseat, NIX, AV Group, Whipware, Capex, Hanwha, VMA, and other companies that help us also. I want to thank all our partners. I want to thank to our customers, our clients, and our friends. And I want to welcome everybody to this webinar. Today, which will be Raquel Sobral, my colleague that will present a different subject. I will invite everybody to subscribe on the channel and be able to win our gift that we are going to draw in the final of this webinar, in the end of this webinar. So please subscribe to the channel. And I want to inform that during these next weeks, we'll be presenting more webinars, so stay in touch in our social media. And I want to invite you to to subscribe. So we are also want to inform about the O-Pitblast Finders opportunity to collaborate with O-Pitblast. So if you have more questions about that, you can write us an email to info@o-pitblast.com, and I will present a video on what is the Finders opportunity.
Blast is looking for finders. Do you have contacts in the blasting industry? Wherever you are, if you have a business opportunity, talk to our consultants. Sign up and order our media kit. For more info about O-Pitblast,
I'm so sorry. I had a problem with my sound, and it was some problems. So I'm sorry for that. Let's keep with this webinar. So today I will present my colleague Raquel Sobral. She is bringing us a new topic today. It's about the app of O-Pitblast and also the analytics. So this course will take approximately half an hour, and I hope that you guys enjoy this. So let's go, and welcome to this webinar.
Everybody, thanks for being here with me today, and thanks Pedro for introducing me and for the support. So what we are going to be doing here today, we are going to check a little bit of our O-Pitblast app and O-Pitblast analytics for QAQC control. We all know that it's very important to make this tracking on the field and comparing the planned results with the real results. So that's why O-Pitblast has a whole package that combines the three of them. So you can plan your blast on the software, then you can send it to the cloud to be stored on the cloud, and on the field the guys can put the real values that they are facing and they are having on the field, and then on analytics you can manage all that information. So what we are going to be doing today is a little bit of that, but we are going to skip the part of creating a blast design in O-Pitblast because in the beginning of the month Pedro already did a webinar showing how to make a blast design. So if you guys want to check it, you can go to our YouTube page, O-Pitblast channel, and you just search for webinar O-Pitblast, and it will appear Pedro webinar, so you can check how to make a blast design there. This is going to be the second part of it, so after you plan your blast design. I already have one planned here today. Let me show you. I will just quickly show you the tools that I use, so you guys can at least explore if you didn't were to the webinar that Pedro gave. So what I did, I just import here some terrain. Okay, in this case is a drone model. Then I create my free face, meaning my toe and my crest. You can use these tools to create them. Then I create my pattern. So here on pattern creation, and I use attenuation. As you can see, the first line is adjusted to the crest. I put my burden, my spacing, everything, okay? Then I put some charge in my hole. In this case, I put one booster and 100% emulsion. And then I just make my tie-up, my electronic tie-up. Okay, so this is what Pedro showed in his video. I already have here my blast design ready. And the idea is, you guys see, okay, I prepare my blast plan in my office, And then I want to send this information to my colleagues that are on the field, and it's going to be controlling in the charging day. It's going to be controlling the truck, the explosive, the standing, if the borehole length is correct. So the idea that we are going to check is after the blast planning. Okay. So let me show you first how you can send this information to your colleagues and how you can do that. You can use our O-Pit Cloud. If you see here on the corner, O-Pit Cloud, here you can create your projects and your blasts. Okay, so we divide it like that. Inside of a project, for example, the name of the mine, you can have several blasts inside of it. So how you can create a project? I will create here a project. Sorry, here on the corner it says create. Let me show you again. Create a new project in O-Pit Cloud. Project name, webinar, for example, O-Pitblast. Okay? So I have here my project, and if you see here, appears here. And I can share this project with more users. Let's, for example, invite Pedro, that is being so supportive today, that we will invite him to the project. We are very nice. So right now what I have, I already have my project, could be the name of the mine, for example, and then I invited a colleague to the project. So you can invite everybody that is going to be on the field to the project. And O-Pitblast, if you acquire one package, you can have several O-Pitblast apps, so no worries with that. So if you have more than one guy on the field using just app, no worries with that. You can talk with us, and we'll help you. So let's check who's here with us in our project. The name of the project is Webinar. We have Pedro that didn't accept it yet, no worries. And it says here that I'm the owner of the project. So I can delete the project, delete people. If someone changes my blast design or change anything and update a new blast design on this project, I will be notified by email. Okay? And inside of my project, I don't have anything. But it's on purpose because I just create this project, and now I will put this blast design inside of it. Okay, how you do that? So you select the project that you want, you go to blast, and then upload the actual blast to O-Pit Cloud. Okay, blast name, I will say that blast. No worries with that. You can give any name that you want. And now we are just waiting that the internet connected to the servers to put our blast one inside of the O-Pitblast cloud. Once this process is ready, it's already ready, we will have our blast ready on the app and already on the analytics. Of course, in this case, we only have the information of the planned blast. So we only have the information directly from O-Pitblast software. We don't have any field information, because that is what I'm going to show you now. I received a message right now saying that Raquel Sobral uploaded the blast one in the project webinar. So every time someone changes anything inside of the project, you will receive the email. Okay, so you can control also that way. And after this point, we are ready to go to our app. So let's imagine that you plan your blast, everything is ready. And now we are ready to go to the field and check the charging day and the modifications that will occur on the loading day, okay? Let's check here our app. Okay, so you guys can download our app for Android and for iOS. Just use the source that each one respectively give you. And the app is totally free, and to log in, you just need to use the normal login that you use for O-Pitblast to use software. So let me show you here. So the first page that will appear, it will be this one. Let me put here, login. And now the first thing that you will see is the list of all your projects. It's important to refer that our app is in Portuguese, Spanish and English, so it will use the default language that you are using in your phone. In this case, I put it in English, so you guys can see everything in English. That is the universal language. So let's go here to the end of it, and you will see that the newest project that I have, it will appear in the end, and it's called Webinar O-Pitblast. You see here that I have my blast one, like you guys checked that I did in the software. And we have two options to work with our app to make the QAQC control on the loading day. You can work online if you have internet on the field, or you can work offline. I will work offline because I know most of the people doesn't have internet when they are in the field, in the blast, so it's easy and it's normal to use the offline mode. But to use the online mode, you just click and start working, okay? To use the offline mode, you just need to select here on the corner, see here. You just need to select and then you choose the blast that you want to work. I am using my mouse, maybe it's easier for you guys to see where I'm clicking. I want to use this blast, so I will go here and I will put save offline. Okay, right now, if I go to offline mode, I'm ready to work without any internet on my phone. So in this case, I only have this blast, so this is the only blast that I have offline, and I'm ready to start working. Okay, you see here that it's telling me that I have 0 of 179 holes verified, and it's normal, of course. We are going to start now our project of checking the field QAQC control. So you have several ways of doing this. It will appear here like a list of all your holes. You see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And you can also see here in 2D. You can see to use it's really simple. You can use your fingers to zoom out or zoom in, and to move around is really simple. Okay. So I will now use my phone because it's easier. What you can do, you can add new holes. For example, I just click in a blank space. Imagine that you guys have an extra hole that it wasn't supposed to be there. So you just click on the blank space, and you click to create a new hole. So I will add, and you see here that I have my new hole. Okay. In this case, I didn't save it, so that's why it's not appearing. But no worries. Let's do it with the ones that we already have. You see here on the bottom that is the status of the work that you are doing on the app. So, for example, right now everything is red. So I didn't check any hole at all, and it will start changing their color and telling me what was the difference that I have on the app. So let's go hole number 1, for example, and I will double click, and you can see here all the information that you can change and you can check on the field. So in this point, you will start changing the real information versus the planned one. What you have here is the planned one that is already stored in our analytics, so no worries with that. What we are going to do now is to create a new database, more or less like that, on the server, that will start filling in the real values that you have on the field. So let's make here a test. For example, let's imagine that my hole number 1, it was supposed to have 11 meters, but it had, I will put a big number so you guys can see the difference on the software, but it has 30 meters. Okay, so this hole is really big. Let's imagine that everything else is okay, so I will save offline. Okay, right? And now I will go to my hole number 2. I can go like this, so clicking here and go to the side, or of course I can go back to my 2D view. So you see here now that my hole has a color green, my hole number 1, and purple. Why? Because I have my hole verified. Okay, I already checked this hole, and the geometry was changed. So let's go to the hole number 2, for example, and let's say that this hole was deleted. Okay, now we are focusing in an important aspect because you need to tell and train your guys on the field to tell you why these errors or this behavior of the hole is happening. because you will see on analytics that you will start checking and understanding the problems that we are having on the field. Okay, for example, in this case, the hole was deleted, and I want to tell why. I need to tell why. You need to tell to your workers to tell why the hole was deleted, in the way that you can avoid those problems in the future. So, for example, this hole is deleted because it was not drilled at all. Okay, so I'll put here, and let's keep the rest as it is. No worries. Let's go to another hole, and let's, for example, check here. I don't know. Let's see that the guys have a different standing of the one that we planned. I will put very big and different numbers so you guys can check the difference when we are uploading again to the software. So I will put here, for example, a standing of 10. Okay. Save offline. And do this procedure for every hole. For example, you are checking the truck explosives, that the quantity that they are putting, and they are putting the wrong quantity. So not the planned one, doesn't mean that it's wrong or not, it's just different. So you need to put here, okay, click there, and let's say that this hole has 200 kilos, okay, for some reason. And you, sorry, what 59, okay, and 200 kilos, my hole number 4, okay. So you need to again justify why I put so much on this, so much explosive on this hole. So I will say, for example, it was a long hole, okay, and I will save offline. You will see here the difference. So when it's verified and when it's not verified. Also, you can start seeing here that, for example, this one is all verified and it was a chart changing. Okay? Let's do, for example, another one. Let's say that this one has water presence. And why is this so important? Because you are starting having control of what is happening on the field. And right now, at this moment, if you were working online, for example, the management on the office could be seeing what is happening straight away on the field. In this case, I'm working offline, so when I get to the office, I will upload the information to the cloud again, okay? I will do that in a bit. Let me just show you two new things that we have. Okay, so I will validate the charge. I will save online. And you see here that the guys already know, okay, this charge was already verified. So imagine that the next guy is working with the geometry and he validates the second hole, for example. You see here, oh, okay, my first hole, first hole, the charge was verified, and in my second hole, the geometry was verified. Okay, when holes are verified, I will save it, and you have here the information gets green, so all the hole is checked. So let's go back to our offline mode, and what we have more. You see here, for example, do you remember that the second hole was deleted, the first hole has a big length, so it's starting appearing here the icons that identify the problems that we have on the holes. Another thing that we have that is pretty new, if you go here to additional info, you can start and write some comments. We are at the webinar. Okay, let me save it here, and I will save offline. So when you go check here your list, you will see that it appears a comment highlighted. That means that you have a comment or a photo inside. If you want to share with your colleagues any information about the hole or something like that, if you are working online, it will appear immediately. If you are working offline, no worries, because when you get to the office, you will solve that problem. We are going to learn now how to, after you end all the verification of the holes, how you can send information back to the cloud. And it's really simple. It's the same process, but the reverse. So you select the hole, but instead of saving offline, you will upload to the cloud. He asks if do you really want to upload the blast one? I will say yes. And now I have my blast in the cloud. Before we go into the analytics, where we will check the information that we have from the field versus the planned, I will quickly show you how you can use this information from the field to have a blast based on that information in O-Pitblast. So what you need to do is really simple. I will go here to O-Pitcloud. I will choose again my project, the blast that I want to match the information from the phone to with the planned one. And what I will do is update holes here on this tool. And I don't know if you remember, it was in the beginning of the demonstration, the hole number 1 had 30 meters. Okay, I did lots of modifications during the demonstration, but I specifically remember to putting a big length just so you guys can see the difference. So let's accept this. He asked if I want to match the blast 1 or not. Okay, I will say yes. And now let's check if my hole number 1 is really big. Yes, it is. You can check here. Okay, and I have my hole number 1 with 30 meters. This is just for you to understand how you can use and how powerful is this app tool to use on the field. So you can make all the QAQC control. You can have the blast design and the blast plan saved on the cloud, but then you can have also in O-Pitblast the information that you receive from the app and updated to the software. So based on this, for example, you could make a new charging plan. For example, if you didn't have charge yet and the guys were just checking the geometry, based on that you can do, if you remember the whole number that, sorry, it's with a really big stemming. Do you remember? And you can check here the hole number 2 with a really big stemming. So that's why this functionality is very useful, because you can get the field information in a blast design also, and you can save it and say, okay, this is the real geometry, for example, or the real charge that I have on the field. So now we can go to the analytics. Let's go check here, and to log in, you just need to write analytics.o-pitblast.com. You need to log in with your information, just the way that you did on the app. Your email and your password is the same for everything. And what we have here, the first thing that you will see when you enter in analytics, you will have an overview of all your projects. So, for example, the first one that I have here is the overall use of the explosives across all my projects. Then I have the total number of holes drilled, okay, of all my projects again. I have, inside of all of these projects, I have 184 holes, blasts, sorry, and the total holes, number of meters drilled is 384,000 meters. Okay. And of course you have the overview also of the volume blasted per project, the explosives used per project, and the meters drilled per project. Here on the settings, what you can do, you can order the project by date or alphabetical, and if you don't want to show anything, you can just go here and select it so it won't appear here on the list. So I will first check the one that we are doing today so you guys can have an idea of what we are going to see. So it's the W, it's in the end because I have alphabetically. And let's go here to the overview. Of course we are not going to have much because I only did 5 or 6 holes. I only checked 5 or 6 holes, but you can have an idea what it will appear on yours. So you will have a blast resume, more or less, with the number of holes, the volume, the meters that were drilled. Inside of the project, I only have one blast. That is my blast 1. You can have an overview on the map of the quarry where you are working. Okay, it will appear on the map. And you will have some information about some factors, for example, the power factor, the specific drilling, the explosive quantity. All of this is the combination of all the blocks that you have inside of that project. In this case, I only have one. Okay, so it's the comparison between real and theoretical. Of course, I only did 2 holes, So if you remember, I put some kilos more in one hole. That's why it's giving me more. Okay, so you can start comparing. If you add more blast, it will appear all here. And you will also have the cost per blast. So in this case, it's based on information that you have in the database, and it takes the information that you use on the field. For example, if you say that you are going to use 100 kilos and you use 200, it will calculate based on that difference. And you can have real versus theoretical. And again, total cost. The real cost per cubic meter, the theoretical cost, the real cost versus the theoretical cost per ton versus the real cost per ton. So you can have here a sum up of all the blocks that you have inside of that project. You can also delete that project and invite people to the project through the analytics. And now, if we go inside to our blast one, let's check here. So what we will have here? I have here some information that was stored there. No worries with that. But here it will appear the information that we have in O-Pit. Okay. Here on blast information, you can put some what is the site name, the location, the country, the shot fire, the responsible. Here, I just checked 7 holes. Okay, that's why this is a very small number. You need to check all to get good results. But if you remember, I put, it was me, the one that verified. And if you remember, I reported the errors in some holes and others don't. So, for example, in 3 holes that I checked, so I have verified 7. And on 3 of them, I said that was a change on the geometry or a change in the charge or on the behavior, and I didn't say why. So if you are having a very high number here, it's time to go to your work and say, don't forget to say why the problems are happening. That's a way that I can see and understand why they are happening. Okay. So we had charge errors, we have stemming errors, and we have deleted 1 hole. If you remember, I think it was the hole number 1 or number 2, and I didn't report any error. So that's why it's appearing here. But I will show you a real case, and you will see everything in the perfect place. So no worries. This is just for you to understand what you will see after using the app. So this is just the blast resume of your blast, and then you start having geometric parameters that you can put it on or off. For example, if you want to check the planned length versus the real length. If you remember, my hole number 1, I put it 30 meters, and the hole was supposed to have 11. So that's why you see here a huge difference. Okay. Here, my real length is not to be considered because I didn't verify all of these holes. Same with the stemming, and you can compare to like this. If you remember, I put 20 or 10 in one hole, and the hole is supposed to have 2.3. So you can see here the difference. And you can check also another properties and relations, spacing versus burden, planned subdrilling versus burden, etc. The same here with the planned volume, the planned paddle factor, planned specific drilling, all versus the real one. You can have the whole details. Okay, for example, the power factor, it was changed here because we have a difference on the planned charge versus the real charge, and you can check who was the person that was responsible to make the modifications on that hole. You can have a blast review, for example. Here is a blast review, how my timing was made, just keep here on the record, how the blast was done. And if you remember, I deleted my hole number 2, so it tells me here that my hole number 2 was deleted. And you can have a list up to 100 holes. But of course, this is just 7 verified holes, and it's just for the demonstration. What I'm going to show you now is a real case. I will hide the information where it was made and in which quarry or I will not say anything. There's no need of that. It's just for you to understand the power of having these tools. Okay, so I will go here. I just blur this area here, so you guys don't need to know where it was made. In that day, we did 82 holes, and we verified and checked all. Basically, we have 21 holes with charge errors, and we had 21 holes that the errors were not reported. Why? They had a difference. In this case, it was a charging difference, and we didn't verify in the field why that difference happened. So this is wrong. We needed to do it. Is the correct way to do it. But the rest, we did it. The rest of the holes, we did it, and we get here to some results that could help the management. The manager can help the responsible of the blast to have an idea what are the problems that he's facing on the field. For example, here we have holes that were deleted, and let's find out why. Okay, because 2 of them were not drilled. The other was a short hole, and the other is a collapsed hole. Okay, so these were deleted, and no charge and no explosive were putting on these holes. Okay, so we have failure of 4 holes, different from the planning. We had to re-drill 1 hole because it was too short, and the other, the collar was collapsing. Okay. We have charge errors associated with cavities, with short holes, with collapsing holes, with truck operator errors, and stemming control errors. Okay, so you can see here that we have a big problem with cavities on these plates. At least it was what was reported on the field. And for example, here on the stemming errors, we have truck operator errors. So right now, what the manager should do is to go and talk with the truck operator and say, okay, let's have a training, let's see what's going on. Let's improve our stemming process. Okay, so the idea of analytics is to help you and to make and optimize your blast process. Okay, that's why it's so important to combine all the platforms, since the planned on the software and the field control, and then use analytics to make the field control results. You have again the blast resume. We already saw this on the other one. But what I want to tell you is, in this case, this is a real case, like I told you, we had a huge problem with fly rocks, and no one was understanding what's happening, and everybody was really upset. And I said to the guys, okay, let's check what could be different of the plans, why we have so many fly rocks. And what we did, we went to analytics, and we checked the plant charge and real charge, because like we saw above, it was the main problem. It was charging modification, loading modifications. And we see here that lots of holes, well, basically all, it was very different of the plant. So you see here the red line is the planned charge, and the green line is the real charge. And for example, we had 1 hole, for example, that has almost 50 kilos more than it was supposed to have. And basically is the tendency that you see all the way. Holes with more 20 kilos or something like that. So that fly rock control and problem that they have could be controlled or at least minimized if the guys went to the analytics and checked what could be the problem associated with it. So, for example, they could put more area of the security, or they could be more carefully, because it was really, really complicated on that day. They had lots of problems. And analytics, it was a good tool to help them to understand what happened. The idea is to do it before the blast, not after, not after someone died or something like that. So the idea is to do it after. So you see everything is good to go, and after the blast you can analyze what could possibly went wrong and try not to do it the next time. Give training to your colleagues, to your workers. So I think these 3 tools combined, they are very powerful tools. Hope you guys enjoyed the webinar. If you have questions, I hope my colleagues were answering during this presentation. If you want to check our app, our analytics, or our software, just send us an email to info@o-pitblast.com. We'll be happy and glad to help you. I know that it was very quick to show everything. I hope you guys could catch something. This video will be online after this, so no worries with that. You can also see it again. And hope you guys enjoy it. I will go back to Pedro now. Bye.
Thank you so much, Raquel, for the amazing presentation. I hope that this was interesting for everybody that watched the webinar so far. So I also want to thank you for everybody who attended this webinar until this moment. We've been answering some questions during the presentation of Raquel, but you are more than welcome to write us an email for info@o-pitblast.com, and we will be happy to answer your questions. So another thing that we have planned for today, we'll be making a draw for the O-Pitblast gift kit. So I will share here my screen. Okay, so I have here the list of emails of the people who joined the webinar, and I will now draw these 2 gifts. Okay, so I want to congratulate José Cáceres and Juan Jalanoca for winning this kit. I hope that you guys are happy with this gift. Please, I want to invite everybody to subscribe to our social media. We'll be presenting more stuff, more webinars, more presentations in the next weeks. And it's always a pleasure to count with everybody that is supporting us. So thank you very much, and have a nice day.
Blast is looking for finders. Do you have contacts in the blasting industry? Wherever you are, if you have a business opportunity, talk to our consultants. Sign up and order our media kit. For more info about O-Pitblast, check out our social networks. Send an email to info@opitblast.com. Contact us and you'll be entitled to a commission. We can grow together, so let's do business all around the world. O-Pitblast. With us, it's possible.